say when.
You're live.
I'm live. All right, come on over here, Ari. All right, we are coming to you live. Hello, GenRight Nation, from Trail Hero. And it's a little bit breezy today. Hopefully the wind's not too bad and you guys can hear us. We've got, of course, Ari's out here with this brand new LJ. He picked up the Money Pit 50/50 LJ, has rewrapped it, looks good, and yeah, wheeled the heck out of it today. We've also got Jeff. Jeff, what do you say?
Today was awesome.
Yeah.
We did some high speed stuff, we did some tough trails, minimal braking. We had one JL that rolled.
Not mine.
Flopped.
Not mine.
Flopped. He was okay, but there's a GenRight cage in his future.
Oh yeah, was that a jail?
Yeah.
Oh, it was, okay. So yeah, and yeah, he's definitely getting a cage because there's no way to put that back together. Okay, you guys, come on over here. Ed is having a 392 EXS built for us. It's not done, so you came out to hang out with me.
Absolutely. I got to go for a ride at Easter Jeep Safari in March. Got to spend a few days in the Aftershock. Got to really feel what it felt like. So I definitely had my name on the wait list, waiting to get mine done. So I dropped it off in August. So
it's almost done.
It's almost done. So you know, I'm excited. I can't wait to get out here.
We've leaked out some spy pictures of it.
Yeah, got a few photos of it. Really excited. Can't wait to get out here and experience, trails like this with the GenRight crew firsthand. It's gonna be great.
And everybody be happy to know it's not just another white ESX rolling off the line. It is very not white. It is awesome. It's got some bright accents. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. Okay, so your first time on the trail today.
Amazing. Well, thank God it was with you. I was terrified going off. It's my first time ever, so I was terrified going off. But you made me feel so comfortable, and it worked out perfectly. Then no bad things happened.
That's right.
I did get out and walk a couple times, so I was a little bit nervous on my own side, but but you got up all.
Okay, so unfortunately this afternoon when they joined us, we were running joint effort.
Why unfortunately? That was awesome.
But it's a 9. So there was, right from the get-go, there's some good stuff.
Yeah.
So after we were done with joint effort, I took them over to Double Sammy, which is much more middle of the road, and we breezed right through there without hitting anything.
That was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Confidence is here.
Yeah.
Confidence is here. Yeah, it felt really good.
I think it's the stability. When you're getting off this off-camber stuff, and one wheel's up in the air, it really feels planted. It doesn't feel. You're at an angle, but it feels planted. It doesn't feel like you're about to roll, which I think is important. It makes you feel more comfortable when you're on the trail doing things like that.
I did say it's worth all the money you spent, honey.
By the way, she said that like 50 feet after we got going.
Yeah, we did. I said, when he started taking off, I said, it's worth all the money.
Yeah, we had just gotten through the tunnel and we were going on the sand, and she said that.
I was just going to ask if you took it for a high-speed section.
Yeah, we did. At the end.
Yeah, we did the dunes at the end. Yeah, it was
on the way back, we saw there was a jail going up, through like little rhythm section. You could see the axle was flopping everywhere. They were like bouncing around inside the cab.
It was really good.
We went through the same section, just downhill. It just felt like it was pavement.
It was like mother.
Ed, they want to know what color your EXS is.
Stingray.
Stingray.
And then you get some neon yellow accents here and there.
Nice.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, you will not miss it.
Yeah. It's kind of been our thing, I think, for a long time. We like that color.
Yeah, looking for the right application, and I think this was it. So
nice.
Yeah, and if we hate it, and it's too blurry or too bright,
there's paint out there that you can get.
Did you ride a Kawasaki as a dirt bike?
I rode Kawasaki's, Yamahas, Suzuki's.
Because at first I thought it was the Kawasaki Green.
That was my last. I had a 4-stroke 450, and that was my last bike. Yeah.
Oh, what about the jet skis?
Jet skis, though, the Sea-Doos were neon yellow. We had the neon yellow.
Okay, so that's when it kind of became
the fan of like the color,
Yes.
But small doses, not like the whole.
Yeah.
No, it looks good together.
Yeah. We're kind of excited about it.
I'm excited. Believe me, I'm excited. It's work to hold in the excitement.
All right, Jennings, any questions? Who we got watching?
We got people watching and saying hi. Nick Repinish just says hi.
Oh,
On
Nick.
the other
Where
side
is
of
Nick?
the
He
park.
should be
Nick,
here.
you're like one camp over.
looking for you.
We probably talk about Nick enough. People would probably like to see him.
Yeah.
Jamie Condi wants to know who rolled.
Greg.
Is that his name? Greg? He's a friend of Laura.
Tom and Laura.
Yeah, Tom and Laura, who I thought was right here.
They went back to their. They went
They're-
back for
okay.
a little while. Regrouped, but-
Jerome Bulky says, we have a new GenRight baby. Mikey and Val had their baby today. Shelby
Oh.
Rose is her name.
Nice. Congrats.
Congratulations,
Yeah, that's great.
Jerome.
All right.
we expect to see her at next GenRight night.
That's right. We need to get her a baby onesie with GenRight on it.
Yeah, we need a baby onesie.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Roll or flop?
Flop.
Flop.
Yeah. And got the windshield frame.
It was the luckiest flop that I've ever witnessed, though.
Yeah, it was lucky.
He kind of skidded down on his side like 20 feet without going end over end on side.
Yeah, we were on the maze.
Yeah, it was right above the fun stuff above. You got to be nuts.
Jerome says Christmas crawl is the plan. Bring
Okay,
the baby.
good, excellent.
We also have Thomas Erke, Stacy Pachetta, Jason Handley, Steve Cornell, Bo Fisher, Maurice Brown, Jeremy Crumbly, Albert Gutierrez, Stephen Williams, Rodney McGraw, and
Wow.
about 50 others.
Wow, thanks everybody. Glad you're joining us.
Kelly
Today
Sims is watching. Where is that guy?
who is it?
Kelly.
Kelly Sims. He was here just a second ago too.
Get back over here, Kelly.
So I can tell you guys the temperature weather-wise has been phenomenal.
Perfect.
It's a little breezy this afternoon, but that usually dies down. Yesterday was perfectly still, and this morning was very still. We were the first ones on the mountain this morning.
We were.
And tell everybody about that.
It was awesome. We blasted out there pretty quickly.
Blasted. Yes.
And that was awesome. And we got some rain on like Saturday or Sunday to where you can blast out there and the dust is just minimal.
Yeah, the
Like,
sand
it's
is
not-
very wet.
It's not even a factor.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's been great. Yeah, more fans. Yeah. What else we got? Any questions?
No.
Other than
Deborah
who rolled?
Carnell says hi.
Who does?
Deborah Carnell.
Hey, Deborah, why aren't you here?
Okay, one question. Why did Kelly go with Maxis? Maxis? What's that?
It was the only 42s he could find at the time.
Because originally he had the Goodyears and he popped one of those at Hammers and they quit making them so we couldn't replace them.
Yeah.
And he very much likes his 42s.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to go down to a 40.
Yeah.
He'll be on Baja Bosses here in no time
Yeah.
when they come out.
Yeah, as soon as they're available, he'll have them. Are you going to do the 42s?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm hoping for a set of I would ideally, since I'm gonna have the 40s because I don't know when the 42s are coming out, have a set of 40s that are DOTs and then 42 stickies.
I like
And a set
that.
of wheels.
Man,
There you
plan.
go. There you
That's what
go.
I'm thinking.
All right, that's a solid plan. What else you got?
Everybody's saying they wish they were here and they plan to come next year.
And
It's
I-
only Wednesday. Get here.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you
And
still have time,
I
guys.
wish you were here. Alan's worked on his Jeep a lot.
Why you gonna call him out like
Well, you know, he came all the way from where? Delaware?
that? Delaware, yeah.
And but he still had some work to do once he got here. But he's been wheeling the smoke out of it.
He hit the ground running with it.
Following the buggies, right? Wasn't he following the buggies?
Oh, Ed, they love your
Oh,
t-shirt.
there's Kel.
Hey, there's Kelly.
Silver Surfer in the flesh.
Silver Surfer.
Front and center.
Right there. Yeah, right there. That's perfect. Everybody loves the Silver Surfer.
That thing has been working great.
Yeah, it has. Speaking of the 42s, there they are.
That up in black. Like you just.
Yeah, I know. That was,
Steve and Tammy Bird say hi, but it's a little bit of a drive for them. They
yeah,
say.
that's a little drive.
You'll be fine. Worth the drive, Steve.
You'll be fine. You can take shifts, guys.
We still have some open seats. Come on out.
Yeah, I haven't had a passenger yet, so
Yeah, and we're wheeling 2 different times a day. We're doing a morning run and then an afternoon
Yeah.
run, and we're getting in as many trails as we can. After joint effort, I think I mentioned we went and did Double Sammy, and we were going over to do the shoot, but it was packed. So I got to take them back over and do the shoot. So
Yeah, one question.
Yeah.
Do the 35s rub on your YJ?
No,
King?
I trimmed it.
Rob said,
yeah.
he said, I have a 95 with a 4-inch lift and 65-inch ECGs, Dana 44s ordered and on the way. Wanting 35s, and I'm curious what mods I'll need to do.
Yeah, next week when we're back in the studio, I can show you, but there's plenty to trim there, and the 35s will fit just fine. So 31s, and 33s fit pretty easy, but to make 35s fit, you just got to trim. And certainly, if you do our fenders, then that opens the fender well a lot, which is my next step. And then you'll have tons of room.
Your next step, you may want to finish that cage just halfway.
Well, yeah, I'm finishing the cage. It's part of the next phase.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
And Jerome asks, how is Alfie's Jeep performing with all the new upgrades?
As far as I know, okay,
haven't
but
seen
we
him.
haven't seen him. So,
The legend of Alfie is here, but we haven't really seen him.
yeah, he drove by once.
Yeah. He didn't even honk.
What else you got?
Terry Runyon says, hey gang, what's up?
What's up, Terry?
Rodney McCraw, it's a bit far from Australia. Maybe next year.
Well, no time like the present. That's all I can say.
Tom Nagley says, on my way. Haha, just kidding.
There you go.
Do it, Tom.
Come on, Tom. It's not that far. It's not as far as Daytona.
It's big. I don't know. We're kind of down by the road. The vendor show is right behind us. Maybe Jen can pan over that way.
And the vendor show is Thursday, Friday from 3 to 7 or 3 to 6, and then all day Saturday. So come see us. We got tons of cool Jeeps. We got some product. We brought some swag for people to buy. So it's going to be a good time. And we'll have pretty much every owner of every cool GenRight Jeep
down here. Yeah.
So-
And we haven't even set up our easy ups or our flags or anything yet. So
Do we
we've
have
been
any
wheeling.
new T-shirts?
New t-shirts? Yeah.
New-ish.
Yeah. New to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Are those mountains blue?
They were a second
were.
ago.
Hey,
Yeah.
Scott Williams, how are you?
Oh, Scott's on?
Troy Merritt, are the inner fenders removed from foreshock?
Well, Foreshock's not here, but it still has the factory stuff. But if they can see, can you zoom in on the new? This is like a spy shot. The new inner fenders on
Maybe.
aftershock. That's some new stuff.
And if you watch our live from Instagram earlier, you get a pretty close-up view of those.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Yeah, Jeff did an Instagram live earlier on GenRight, and you can see them really
Hold on,
good.
We're having technical. There we go.
Okay.
I love that we positioned looking straight into the sun.
Well, it's
Okay.
the best light. It's the best light.
Oh, Scott wants to
Still
know
over there, Jenny?
if either of you want to race him at Trail Hero next year. Scott Williams.
Oh, I'm all over it. I'll have
Oh,
Terremoto.
yeah, they say yeah,
Let's
Scott.
go.
They did a sand drag earlier today.
Tony and I raced on the way back from Amaze, and that was a lot of
It
fun.
was a lot of fun.
Ginger
Yeah, Jennings
says
posted
hi.
some footage of that.
Of what?
Us racing back.
Oh, that was sick. That was
I
so
think
much
Mary
fun.
has some too.
Some too.
And Laura Coda says that Sydney says today's run was sick.
Nice.
Laura,
I'm glad she liked it.
Laura can wheel, man. She got that elite, and she can wheel. And
Ginger says hi. Hi, Ginger.
You know, she had to use the front dig today. That
Did
when we
she?
came out onto the main trail, and it was great.
On
And
the
then,
Maze or-
no, on joint effort. And then she ended up doing a rear dig to bring her in.
Oh,
around.
really?
It was perfect.
That's awesome. Yeah, she can drive.
Yeah.
We got to get her daughter Sydney in that driver's seat, though.
She's paying attention. I can see
She's
that.
smart. She's paying attention. She'll be
She
good.
had a blast today.
And I heard somebody asking Red if he wanted to drive soon.
Oh,
That kid's going to be unstoppable. We have Shane Smith's son, Ethan, driving his red buggy that resembles an LJ, but it's a buggy. And he did You Have to Be Totally Nuts today.
Yes.
And made it look almost as easy as I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Kid can drive. He's
He
awesome.
did
He's gonna
great.
have
Yeah,
on
he's
the trail.
14. He's 14.
Yeah. See, we're raising a lot of young talent around here.
Yeah,
Re-
speaking of young talent, Jordan just showed up. Did you see him?
Oh, yeah, I saw
I
him.
just saw him.
Yep.
hey,
But
Blaine Peterson says he thinks you had a passenger.
I had Blaine for a day. Yes. I couldn't. I have a day. I couldn't get him to. I don't know what I did to him. I couldn't get him to come back out with me.
Oh, Troy says he's referring to the inner fender liners on 4-shock after trimming.
Oh, yeah, I still have them in
ones.
there. I still have them in there.
The rear ones.
I did, once I trimmed them, I used a couple of self-tapping screws to hold it into place.
Tony loves the self-tappers.
I do. That and silicone.
Yep.
Tina Peterson says, I'll ride with you, Jeff.
Yes. Tomorrow I will pick you
Yeah.
up at 7:45, Tina.
Oh, Scott Williams said he just got his new LS.
Hey,
You sure you want to race?
I'm not scared.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
not scared. I love
Did
racing.
the order is elite yet?
He says, installing an 8-speed automatic on my 3.6, hoping it's a game changer from my 6-speed manual. That's cool. Laura says we stayed in the dunes after the maze and let Sydney drive the Green Beast. She had a blast with the Hemi.
I wish I would have been there.
Nice.
That's rad.
I don't know if you noticed, but I was right behind you guys.
Oh yeah, they see my shadow.
Stop that now.
Let's see. That's all. No questions. They're just watching.
Okay, Jeff, you just did some shock updates. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I sent my shocks into Bilstein. They did high and low speed compression adjusters. I mean, yeah, we can rip through here, but this isn't the place to really test that.
it, yeah.
So they're all set like in the middle, and when we go out to Hammers and we can start comparing the same track and stuff, then I'll get into them. But they feel great. I mean, we went pretty hard on the way back from the maze, and I never felt out of line.
That's great.
Never felt like I bottomed out, so
That's good. That means
I
it's
think I got a
working.
little air at least twice.
I know I did when I missed the turn.
Yeah, you definitely did. And then I reworked the front suspension. So the front suspension now, minus the third link on the passenger side, is all the tracer mounts,
Oh, good.
as well as where the shocks are. And that was because I got my axles a week before EJS, so I just kind of retrofit them to make work with my old shock towers. So now they're back on the tracer mounts, on the control arm mount, and I did new shock towers. And they have that angle out like the tracer does, and that's a lot more
better.
stable.
It's better.
I love it, and it feels tighter.
It's a lot of what we talk about in suspension.
And
Yes.
now that I actually did it, it is. You can definitely tell.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Jeep seems to be running good. Like you've been wheeling the heck out of it with no issues.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't have said that. So far, so good. I accidentally bumped my tranny fan off one night, so it only got to like 240, but it cooled down pretty quick. So, but besides that, just going over it every night, make sure the jam nuts are tight, and that's been about
nothing
it.
leaking. Yeah. And then what about Growler? Jamie's been driving that. He had a fan go out, right?
And fan relay go out. But besides that, it's been running great.
Yeah, he was ripping through the dunes too.
He's been kind of one shot in most things.
Yes,
so
he has.
He's
Yeah, I know both you and I have posted some good stuff from yesterday and today out on the trail of all the Jeeps, so that's good.
Yeah, Growler's just awesome.
Yeah. And then Ari's new Jeep, that's looking good.
Yeah.
So,
he hit the ground running with that, man.
Yeah, he did.
On the way back from the maze. It's his second day in that tracer with an LS, and he was almost right behind Tony and I.
yeah,
Well, I think,
that's right.
I think we were a little shocked when we got back. We got out, and then he pulled in.
Pulled in, I know, yeah, for sure. Yep, and then Aftershock, and that's Eric over there.
Yeah, Eric Brady. He did break a control arm on the trail.
Yeah, but he got it back.
He got
out.
back, so
that's good.
yeah.
That's good. What else? Any other questions?
Jerome said I was worried about Growler when Shasta posted video of her holding the fire extinguisher earlier this week.
Oh,
I don't know what that's
I don't
about.
know. Yeah,
He got a new fire extinguisher. Let's go with
he
that.
did.
Mike Stewart, so Tony, I have the Ultra 60 and ORIs. Anything I need to do before I head that way? LOL.
You know what? I say just run it, and if you get a chance, come wheel with us, and then you'll know the difference. right?
What
Fair
he
enough?
said.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Steve Vance missed the opener, but how are the 42s on Terremoto?
So Terremoto's not here, but otherwise the 42s are awesome because they are on Terremoto. But it's just I only brought Aftershock.
Yeah. And we had that trip with them at Windrock. They were pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely good.
Okay, Jacob Stewart says, I'm planning on ordering your TJ Legend kit soon. I am still, for the time being, keeping my built TJ LJ Rubicon axles. Would you suggest keeping coil and spring or moving to coilover? Long term, the Jeep will be on 72 wides, but for now, the budget-wise, the Jeep will stay on Ruby axles.
So interesting question because we just talked to that gentleman on the trail today that was kind of faced with the same dilemma, right? And he was showing us how he couldn't get his track bar right, which was screwing up his steering because he kept the coil spring.
Yeah. I forgot how wide the stock Rubicon axles are.
63. So you'll have to go with a little more offset wheel, which isn't ideal. It adds a lot of scrub radius, but it's possible. If it's a step for you, then that's okay.
And it'd be worth it to sacrifice scrub radius to get all the steering geometry correct when you add the coilovers of the Legend kit.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
It'll drive a lot better despite that scrub radius.
Yeah, and flex
Nick.
and not give you bump steer. You'll get other stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yes, it's possible, and that's the route. I would go with coilovers off the get-go. And plus, you'll enjoy it more during this phase of your build.
Medium rear, Nick.
Yeah, and Ed noticed today that it didn't matter whether it was a Legend kit, Tracer kit, Elite, or EXS. He could tell all of our suspensions just flexed so effortlessly and bind free. It was interesting to have him make that comment, just riding along with me.
Yeah, what's cool about Trail Hero is that we can be running a trail and then look over and see other people that went a different route on their build, wheeling a different trail or something, and just how very different the Jeeps perform.
Yeah.
You get like the side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, what Ed said.
Well, and I noticed there was a lot of people who, one tire needed to climb the wall, and instead of the tire just coming up, the whole Jeep came up. It wasn't like this one dropped down and this one came up.
Yeah.
It just was frozen.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially with the JKUs and the ESX anti-squat, you can carry that a little bit, especially if you double foot.
Yeah.
And don't think our suspensions are just better. They also come with a bag full of tricks from Tony Pellegrino driving school that make you a 10 times better driver. I'm still learning stuff.
Yeah, Jeff was talking about yesterday, one of the obstacles was the first time you really double-footed.
Well, I double foot all the time, but I was more into the brake and more pushing through. That was early this morning.
Oh, this morning.
One of the big climbs on the maze that I bounce a little bit, but I was pretty good on the brakes, but I was just powering even more through it. And there was no bounce, there was no nothing, and
yeah, it takes all the slop out of the drive line, and you're just electric going up there,
Yeah, it was night and day difference.
Scott asks, will you guys be going to Moab next year, Labor Day weekend?
We'll be going EJS.
Yeah, during the normal time.
Yeah.
Labor Day weekend, I don't know what we're normally doing Labor Day weekend, but this time I was on the road, but yeah.
I think Labor Day weekend is like the one holiday a year where we don't actually. Oh no, that's no.
I mean, we used to go to the cantina.
That was before my time.
Yeah.
But that's like the one holiday where we all just drink beer and see Me Valley together.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
Kel, you want to come over here and say a couple things?
Yeah, I'd say hi. I just know Labor Day is very hot, so it's like,
Yeah.
Labor Day's hot.
hey, yes, mornings.
Kelly says hi. Yeah.
So Jeff was talking about power. What happened today? Little issue with the
I don't know what you're talking about.
going side by side? Or
All right.
Oh,
So here's the
what?
difference between a factory 5.3 and a Mass Motorsports.
Yep.
Very built Mass Motorsports LS3. I like to, fuck with mess with Cal every once in a while. And,
Whoops.
And I pull up next to him. I drop a gear and go. I get like a half a tire head start. He drops a gear and goes. It was like I was standing still.
I don't know about that,
And
but it sounds good.
Within like 4 seconds, he was in front of me. He pulled on me, cut in front of me, and was still going. Like, oh, man.
Well,
Jeff's a wheeler. We got a couple of guys here. Tony, obviously. Jeff, Cameron. There's some very good wheelers out here. And so we're having a good time. Always learning. And I'm getting there. It's fun.
and your Jeep's running great, right?
My Jeep's running great. I'm a little upset about this 42 thing that you guys are talking about because that's my edge. And
And as soon as we all have 42s, his edge is gone.
I'm going to have to do something. I don't know what, but
Don't worry, I don't have the wheelbase for 42, so I'm staying on 40s.
there has been a time or two, and it's always the same thing where not any one particular rig is the best rig. There are times where Jeff goes up stuff that we can't and vice versa. And
Yeah, today's trail was tight, so Jeff had the advantage on those turns.
We can end the live right now.
But other than that, so yeah, we're just having a good time. It's fun, and everything's
been
working.
really nice.
Nobody's having any breakdowns or anything so far.
Got a question for you, Kelly. What is your take on the Maxxis 42s?
On the Maxxis 42, well, kind of a funny story. Probably talked about it before, but I heard, because I had the live on earlier, I got like 3 flats in one day out at the Hammers a few years back.
Yes.
And my tire was the Goodyears, and I liked them. Not that I really knew any different, but that's what I was running. Well, then COVID hit, and they stopped making those tires, and you couldn't get tires anywhere. And so when these Maxxis became available to me, I didn't have a choice. I had to buy them. So having said that, they work very, very good here. Not to say that they're the best tires for everything, but for here, they're very good. Now, high speed, desert, stuff like that, I don't think that's the tire for you. I don't. What's your opinion?
I mean, yeah, you commented that right after you got them when we were out at the Hammers, railing some of those trails, that you felt like they were biting too much.
Yeah, it's but here with all the stick and stuff, and we're not high speed, and we're just kind of tooling. It's more finesse here than say the Hammers per se. I mean, the Hammers, yes, finesse, but then you also got all the other stuff that goes with it. And the thing I like about here is you can have all the fun you want, but it's a little bit more forgiving on the rig. Not to say that you can't get in trouble, because you can get in trouble.
Yeah.
But at the Hammers, if you're there for 5 or 6 days, you're going home with a couple of Band-Aids on your Jeep.
You got a to-do list to your Jeep when you get back.
Here, you can almost get away with a full week with, pretty much,
Yeah.
and still be able to say that you wheeled hard. So
That's because we don't do ourselves any favors.
Yeah, no.
We leave camp and we race 80 miles an hour to every trailhead at the Hammers.
Yeah, where everybody else pokes along at 10 miles an hour.
Well, I'm starting to get over. Voice is going. When I first started with you guys, because there's some pretty hardcore guys here that really know what they're doing, and I wanted to be a part of the group so bad that, I was doing things that you were doing when I probably shouldn't have been doing them. And you get yourself in a little bit of trouble. So there is a learning curve with this, but I kind of feel like I've earned the right.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun. But
Yeah. Well, Tony is notorious for putting you into that learning situation. My first King of the Hammers, I'd never been to KOH before. I pull in at like 9 a.m. I make contact with Tony. I was still an ambassador, lived in Missouri. And Tony's like, all right, pull that off the trailer. We're going to pre-run with Jordan, Outer Limits. And I have no idea what Outer Limits is. Yeah. One of the hardest trails. So we take off like a bat out of hell to Outer Limits. I'm like, whoa, I still have my stock engine. Like, where did they go? Oh, yeah. Luckily for Cam and the 4-cylinder, me and him were able to get there. And then we get to the trailhead, and they're blasting through. I'm like, what did I get myself into? And, you figure it out on the fly, and I didn't get lost.
That's right.
That's right. When the first couple of times out, he puts a little visor on, and he's got like an order pad with a pencil right here, and he dabs it on his tongue. Is it 2 fenders? Roll cage. That's number 1. You gotta have a roll cage. Yeah. So it's gonna get you. Yeah.
Nice.
Thomas Erkey says, "Hey, Kelly."
Who's that?
Thomas Erkey.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Anthony Chevalier says, I'm going to ask again, but I just started building a TJ. What's the order of install on GenRight fenders, sliders, corners to make it as smooth as possible?
Oh man, definitely sliders need to go on
Rock
first.
sliders almost need to just come when you buy the Jeep.
Yeah, and because you're gonna put your corners on down to the sliders. So you really got to get those sliders on first. Then you can do the corners, the fenders, all that stuff.
And if you're installing it all the same,
Time.
you can just put a couple bolts in the sliders, then do the corners, make sure everything meshes nicely. Because man, you have an old Jeep. There's stuff that's not straight, that's not right, so there's a chance you might have to alter a little bit.
Yeah.
There's two different sliders, aren't there? There's a mini boat side and something else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like the ones I've got on mine.
So you do that, but I would start with the slider as the baseline. And then if you are buying it in stages, I would still start with the slider. 100%.
And Mike Stewart says, I'm waiting on my Curry HD60 to show up, and I have a 3.5 backspace on the wheels. You think my scrub will be okay, or is there anything I can do to help it?
Why 3.5?
Well, that just depends how wide your axle is and how much you have room for.
Yeah, 3.5 is kind of like if you just go to a shop and ask for tires and wheels, they're going to sell you a 3.5 inch backspace.
Which is what I ran before I had the Currys. I ran that for years, and you could notice a difference, but you have to know what you're noticing.
Yeah.
Heaven Guard says, hey Tony, that gift card I won last week is being put to good use for the new engine for the Jeep.
Ah, excellent,
go.
excellent.
Let's see. Are you guys doing Hammers Experience again this year?
No, we're not. But anybody that wants to come out should join us for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. But it doesn't mean the Hammers experience is over. Next year, we will be back in full force with maybe a few tricks and new things up our sleeve.
Yeah, we're just jammed and trying to reorganize a couple things.
Yeah, and plus me and Tony have been gone a lot.
A lot.
So,
And Terremoto's like still in pieces. I gotta like get it back together soon.
And my Jeep is fine for Trail Hero, but I want to go ripping across the Hammers for a weekend right now.
No.
Well, the nice thing about the turkey run, you explain it, but there's all different grades of trails that we run. You don't have to be full-blown hardcore or feel that you need to be to come. There's many different trails, and we kind of break it up, correct?
Yeah, last year, didn't we have a stock 392 show up?
And we got it through Resolution.
Resolution, yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, the turkey run's just awesome. There's different levels of vehicles. We make a few different runs.
You don't want to run, you don't run.
It is the absolute best way to wheel the Hammers.
Not
if
only
you've
that,
never been there.
The weather is so much better. It seems like almost every time I go, other than then, it is roasting out.
Yeah.
And a couple of 5 days out at 105 degrees with your trans cooler beating down your neck, it gets a little old.
Yeah.
So the weather is cool, and
and we order several cords of firewood, and we have a nice big fire every night, and
everybody's inviting. It's just a good time.
Yeah, it's a really good time.
And then we get the pizza guy to make a delivery and do a few
some
donuts.
$5 pizza guy. That's what Jamie lives for.
Steve Vance asks, how is the weather compared to Easter Jeep Safari this year?
This is really pleasant.
You couldn't ask for better weather.
We got a little breeze right this second. I heard you talk about it earlier.
Yeah.
It's been perfect so far.
Yeah.
And I heard Easter Jeep got a little wet a few times.
It was cold. We had some snow.
Cold,
Not as bad, not as wet as the last time you went.
Yeah, that was bad.
I think this temperature, along with the rocks, your traction is really good.
It is, but I am intrigued to see the difference when it's 90 out.
Here?
Yeah.
Tires get gummier.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like diving board tape. That's how I explain it to everybody.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Are you planning on going to Hot Springs again next year?
We'll probably try a different park. I mean, we like to make those trips, but we like to do. When we go to the East Coast, even though I'm from there, it's still fun for us. We want to see different places we haven't been to.
Yeah.
So maybe Rugged Mountain Ranch in Oklahoma. That'd be a good one.
S'more.
S'more again would be a
S'more
super
would be
good
fun.
one. So where do you guys want to know? Let us know.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been there, but from what you've told me, it's all private land, right? So you pay a fee and then you just there?
And that's how all the East Coast stuff is past Colorado. It's all private property. You sign your life away when you go in, and you pay a fee, but it's still super awesome.
Yeah.
And that's actually what's rare about Disney, Oklahoma.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because right in the middle of Oklahoma, that's public land. So you don't have to pay the park fee, and that's super rare for there. You'd love Disney.
Scott says s'more for sure.
Yeah.
What else you got? What else?
Nothing, we're all caught up.
No, we're doing good.
Yeah. I'd love to go to Burris Valley. It used to be Burris Valley, but now it's Rugged Mountain Ranch. I think we'd have a dang good time there.
I'm sure. We have a good time anywhere we go. So we've been barbecuing every night over at the other camp because right now we're in the vendor area. And really just enjoying the camaraderie and having a campfire.
Hey, it's always
Tom
a fun
Nagley
time
says
here.
putting together an event for San Antonio for next year.
Oh, yeah, he was chatting with me about that. He's got something hooked up with a park there.
Scott
So
Williams liked Windrock.
Yeah,
Why
Windrock's
don't
a
you
fun
go
park.
longer
It's just
at
very
Windrock?
spread out. But it's fun. I'd go back to Windrock when it...
Is that the one that your buddy owns the property on?
no, that's Bays Mountain.
I'd go back there. That's going to be awesome in like 2 years.
Yeah.
That's going to be way cool. I'd even go back to like Harlan.
Yeah.
I know your windshield doesn't want you to go back.
I've replaced so many windshields from this stupid. So they have these big vines that hang down from the tree, and the guy in front of me,
You didn't have your tree savers on?
no, he went through it, and I was like, oh, that looked like nothing. Well, it swung back, and it was like Tarzan came through my windshield.
Yep. That was just.
We got sprayed with glass. Just
It was funny. It's when I almost ran over those penguins and went off the mountain.
yeah, that's right.
Any updates on the JP98 race car?
It did well. For the last testing, we took it out for 320 miles, and it got cleaned up and taken over to Off-Road Expo. So
Without having a wrench on it.
without having anything on it. So that was great. Jordan's actually here. He just got here, so he's up on the mountain. Arnold's giving him a tour.
You know,
believe it or not, he's never been here.
I was just going to say, I saw him on the way down, and he was going. Arnold was saying something. I want to show him the sand dunes. I'm thinking, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me, he's never been here.
Yeah.
You guys are missing
That's
out.
why he is missing out. That's why he's building his Jeep now. And
Right.
once that
Yeah,
stuff's
because
done, anyway.
he's been a professional racer, he never had any time to come do this stuff. Oh, nor did he have a Jeep. So now he's building that Jeep. He wants to come do this. He's been missing out. I feel bad for him. So.
Oh yeah, that poor professional race car driver.
He's going to have to settle for like 350 horsepower instead of 900.
Now he's putting a JL drivetrain
That's right.
in his YJ.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Nobody knows why.
Well, and hey, the JL is the only one that made it up the sandhill today.
What's that? What's that?
No, Jeff did.
Who else made it?
You made it up,
I made it.
but I made it first shot, just right
I
up.
made it first shot too.
You did?
Yeah, he did.
Arnold runs out of gas, and I'm supposed to pull him with the strap only on sand.
Come
It's
back
like,
over here and tell them about your sandhill
We got
experience.
the triple team.
No, nobody can hear you. Get over here.
Get over there.
Take my spot.
Tell them that was your first. Like we went for the sandhill,
That
right?
yeah, no, that was my first. And
Can they see you around here?
Yeah.
and straight up, I was actually didn't even feel like there was an issue at all. It just went up, and then no one else can make it up.
It looked like a disaster.
Was I not even there?
I saw you, Jeff. I saw you.
Thank you,
It
Jim.
was just we
Hold
sat
it
at
closer,
the
hold it
we
closer.
sat at the top waiting for the next people to make it
Oh,
up,
let
and there
everybody
was
back down and get the heck out
yes,
of the way.
yes, there we go. But he made it up. I was impressed quickly.
That little 6-cylinder.
I know. I was kind of. I didn't realize it was an obstacle. I'm new to this, but I didn't know, and now, wow. When I saw all the people start to not make it up, and it's kind of a struggle. Not you. You
Finally,
weren't.
somebody
You,
remembers me there.
you weren't next in line. we sat at the top. We're like, you actually said something about they're not going to make it up, or like, oh no, they're not making up, and yeah. So then you made it up, and of course,
you gotta get a ton of momentum.
Yeah.
so that's what he did.
Yeah.
He gunned it up crazy,
Put down your purse and get after it.
Yeah, he did. He knew what he was coming after because he just went right up, no problems at all. And
Texas Rubicon wants to know.
Who does?
Texas Rubicon asks, can I order the 4-inch JL lift for a 392 without the anti-rock sway bars?
You'd have to call in to get that. Yes, but it is possible.
All right.
Yep.
Somebody get Jeff a beer, Thomas.
He just finished that one.
Thomas said.
Yeah.
Will you guys check out Trail Hero? We're at Trail Hero.
It is good.
This is Trail Hero.
Look into that.
yeah, but you guys go first.
But it's your first time here? No.
No, second.
Second.
So yeah.
Oh, that's right. You took the 392 here and played in the sand.
Yeah, she was a virgin, only a couple of weeks out of being purchased with no upgrades. And he already knew he wanted to upgrade everything, but he was trying to check it out. And then I realized when he told me that someone else brought a 392 out, and the 392 flipped.
Yes.
Like the first day or second day coming out last year. Yeah, and I was like terrified. So this year, coming with you, thank God. I was kind of terrified. At least I feel like you know what you're doing. And when we go up and he knows, you know the lines, you know everything, and we didn't flip, there was no issues. I was like, oh, thank God. Sounds crazy, but I guess your first time going really, really off-road. So
yes.
Which trail did we do?
That was joint effort. That's a 9. That is
yeah.
awesome.
So we went 9
That's a real trail.
for my first time.
Yeah. Now I
was
met
rough.
you guys like 3 years ago at that
Yes.
Vegas open house, right?
Yes.
I had just finished my Jeep at that time.
Yes.
So that's when he got the idea that he's like, oh yeah,
We're
this is what I
doing
want.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you took him on a little bit of ride
Yeah.
over rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, sold, done. He's like, it felt like it was a speed bump.
Well, you know what
And
was
it was
bad
rocks.
was I didn't get your name, both of you, either of you's name. So I had no idea how to get a hold of you, and I was just like, man, I hope they reach out to me at some point.
Yeah.
And then he did.
Yeah.
So that was good.
He's like a big into this, and he does tons of research, so he already knows.
And he also joined us at Easter Jeep Safari this year.
That's right.
I
And
know.
rode
That's right.
with us.
Yeah.
And I missed that because I had to work, but unfortunately, but he was very pleased with that. He's very
It was a
happy.
good time.
Yeah. He didn't want to come home, but wanted to come home. So it was like a complicated. Like,
I know that was a short trip for him.
I know. It was like in and out real quick, and it wasn't even a Jeep
Yeah.
because our Jeep will be coming at the end of the month.
That's right. It's almost done.
It's so
It's
close.
looking good.
So we're the stink gray with the neon.
Yeah.
If you find us out there.
So that means you guys are going to make hammers at Thanksgiving, right?
Well, he can't for work.
Oh.
But I told him I'm gonna steal it and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go out.
Yeah, you can come out.
I can't drive. I'm just being fun with it. I
can
can
do
come with,
donuts
I
with
can
the-
come with it, but I won't know what
You
to
can do
with
donuts
it.
with the $5 pizza guy.
There you go. I'll just deliver food the whole time. I don't know. But no, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. I wish I could.
Hey, Ernie.
I'm not the driver. He's the driver. He's done way more than I have.
Yeah, he's got that dirt bike background. That helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thank you.
And this is our newest GenRight ambassador, Ernie.
Oh,
Tony, how are you?
I didn't know it was you.
Yeah, well,
I would have might have
You would've-
asked for a recall on that.
Yeah, I read the list a little bit more. Yeah, he drives an LJ on 42s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Goodyear 42s.
Yes. So where
You still got
where,
some.
Where are you going to be hosting GenRight now? GenRight What city?
So we're in Bridgeport, which is about an hour north of Dallas, and so we've made some contacts there already, and just kind of looking forward to getting started and
Nice.
getting a hold of everybody. And
And you came all the way out here to Wheel Trail Hero. Is this your
Yeah,
first time?
Come see you guys.
First
yeah.
time?
Yeah, first time
Yeah?
here. Yeah.
When did you get here today?
No, we got here a couple days ago.
You did?
Yeah. So we drove around looking for the motorhome for a while. We didn't see it, so I kept hearing you guys were here.
You should have seen him pull in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I watched it.
Well, you saw me?
We were up there.
I just bombed it.
No, we saw you pull into the side, Jeff was backing up, and then you got out, and then you were backing up, going that way, and then look
Nailed
out.
it.
Here you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. So,
Nobody got video.
that's good.
You might be right.
Probably good. Yeah.
Somebody said they thought I had independent suspension on that thing.
Well, it probably looked like it.
It probably
I'm sure.
looked like it.
I'm sure. So.
It's the first time I've ever seen an RV fishtail.
Well, coming in is one thing, but going out is going to be something.
That's
else
going to
as well.
be, yeah. We'll
So,
deal with that in a couple of days.
Right.
Oh, can you please tell everyone how you got the RV here?
What?
We
That's
just
what we were just
did.
talking
Oh,
about.
sorry. She was distracting me.
It's here, maybe here to stay.
Yeah.
It might become a permanent fixture.
I wish we had
here.
a video of that.
We'll be like, yeah, we're just going to leave it here. It'll be here next year when we get back.
Same spot.
All right, we have any more questions?
No.
Or-
No?
All caught up?
Yeah?
We do have a lot of viewers, so they're interested in what you're saying.
Well, this is a pretty interesting place to be at.
It
And
is.
if you're into four-wheeling, this is the place to be right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, it seems like the Mecca. Absolutely.
Yeah. What trails have you run so far?
So we ran the Fallen today, and then Double Sammy yesterday.
Cool.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
you didn't run the phone. We ran that
I haven't,
before you got here.
no, I thought about going over there and taking a speed run at it.
It was fun. We enjoyed it. Had a good time today. Yeah.
Hey, Tony, any updates on your dad's house?
Just that they're trying to settle everything with the insurance, and they're going to rebuild.
And they're in like a rental house, right?
Rental house right now, yeah.
Are you
Thanks
good?
for asking.
Yeah, Jerome said, thinking about them. That's it.
All right, the wind's
And tomorrow, what are you running?
I don't know. We came over to see what you guys were up to.
What's for dinner, Tony?
What's that?
What's for dinner?
What is for dinner?
Maybe tacos.
Tacos. That sounds good. Yeah. We had the chicken and veggies last night. So we're going to run Slip Rock, which is good.
Okay.
That's a good one. If we finish quick, we can do John's. We can do some other trails.
Okay.
And we meet here at 8
8
a.m.
o'clock.
Yeah. And everybody's pretty lax about that, I got to be honest.
Well, we saw you the first day when you left. It was maybe
9.
8, yeah, 8, close to 9. Yeah. And I know when I talked to Jeff, Jeff's like, 8:01, we're out of here.
Yeah, because we got to tell everybody that, or they're like, oh, I'll be there by 8:30, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one time we did, we had an early morning run, and like we drove away, and people were like chasing us down because
If we're running something very, very tough, we are out at 8:01, and whoever's not there,
Right. Because you want to go with 10 versus
the serious
35.
guys. Yes. Yes.
super bother to show up on time.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So like Unforgiven and that.
Plus, if they drank too much the night before, we don't want them anyways.
Right, exactly.
Or like that'll probably be Friday. We're running Twister.
Twister,
So that'll be.
Yeah, might as well leave it to the end, right?
Yeah. I saw somebody on that today. I saw a few videos.
Yeah. Looks good. Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely not for the weak of heart.
It's not.
Yeah.
Texas Rubicon.
We got a couple
Says-
loud buggies going.
Texas Rubicon says we should try the Texas Spur Jeep Jamboree next year.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. We always like recommendations. Good stuff.
Rick Harrington says if you can't be on time, be early.
That's right. And
Hey,
where
Rick.
is Rick? Why isn't he here
Yeah, why
wheeling
aren't
with
you
us?
here, Rick?
Come
Where
on.
are you?
That
Did you
big
forget
engine-
anything? Bo
Big-
Fisher asked, forget to bring something you meant to. Always have one thing, right? Did you forget anything on this trip?
Did we forget anything?
Yeah.
No.
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 So far, we've had everything we need.
I had a good checklist coming into this, and I figured whatever I didn't have, we'd buy on the way, or once we got here.
Right. Somebody's got to have them.
But yeah, we've been good. Now, Alan, on the other hand, he's had a lot of trips back and forth and Ubers and all kinds of stuff. Parts.
Pretty standard for Alan.
Pretty standard.
Had to take a taxi in Moab, both directions.
Yeah?
Into town and back.
Rick is in Yosemite at Yosemite Valley Lodge. That's cool.
Wow, that's nice. But all your friends are here. And that big engine is like dying to get on these sand dunes.
Yeah, Rick.
Come on. Do we need to send you the schedule again? All right, what else we got? How are we doing on time?
We're done.
It's time. Let's go.
It's time.
Let's go wheeling.
Okay. Thanks everybody for joining us. We will be back next Wednesday in the shop, finishing the cage in my budget YJ. So definitely don't miss that. We tried to wrangle the guy that needs a cage now, but I'm not sure where he is. He's probably licking his wounds. But either way, well, we had a guy flop over today. So either way, we'll see you next Wednesday in the studio working on that cage. So till then, have a great rest of the week.